Well, good morning, everyone. How you all doing, Whittler Dave? Well, we're just going to do a little whittling and stuff, and I want to answer a question that was sent to me on my email and everything. I was asked why I did this style of carving so much, and apparently I'm not going to give the person's name. Apparently he's not really watched my channel. I do this style to just get people out there carving, believing in their self. Something simple. There's phenomenal carvers out there, and beautiful, but they've got time after time of practice and trial and error. So, to answer the gentleman's question, I do this just to get people going. That's the whole reason I started my channel, was just to get people involved. So, when I do simple stuff, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And when I tell people I believe in them, I honestly do. Because he questioned me, like, do you just say that, or do you really believe in people? Like, Lord, yes. If you're out there trying to, do some simple little wood carving to get started and everything, you have my respect, 100%. And that's one reason I started doing simpler stuff, so people can just get out there and don't have to worry about if the eye's perfect and the nose is perfect and the hand is perfect and it's symmetrical, and my Lord, just get out there and go for it. That's what originally wood carving or building was done. Oh, there was the old man back when I was a kid. He sit on the side of the road and just whittle with a pocket knife. And they never worried about anything, how perfect it was or anything. And that's the way I am now. I have carved basically pretty well all my life, or built, or designed, or make. If I basically want it, I drawed this morning. I seen this drawing years ago, and I just whipped it out and just put it on wood just a few minutes ago. So I don't worry about it. And woodworking and wood carving is not done by a machine. It's not done. It's just all. It's what you got in your soul, what you got in your brain. If you see it and you feel it, put it in wood. Don't worry about anybody else. That's the reason I started this channel, is I just wanted to get people out there. Since I can't be there with you and be in your hometown, I wanted to show you something simple. If it's a gnome, or if it's one of my favorite things is a mouse, just something simple, that gets you going. That gives you some confidence that just believe in yourself. Don't worry about other people. That's what I'm trying to say. And trying to answer the gentleman's question nicely, because I found him to be very rude. But this channel is not for rudeness. It's not. It's a family channel. There's nothing vulgar on my channel. I tell everybody that I love them and I appreciate them, and I truly do. I appreciate everyone that's been subscribing to my channel. No, I am not a professional person that can do videos and stuff. I'm not very good with words at all. I stumble in my words. But, I take a lot of pride in my art ability. You got to realize I grew up with a reading and spelling disability, folks. If you follow my channel, you've heard me talk about this before. And they say today technology is more easier for you. It's not. It's not. They got all these things that I don't understand, all these words I don't understand, and it's just not. It hasn't made, if it's done anything, it's made it harder to survive in this electronic world for me and other people like me. It's made it extremely harder. Because, everybody sends you things, and they want you to respond very fast. So, it takes me a while, and I have to question. I have to question, did it, because I have to voice text. Did it come out right? Because people still make fun of people with disabilities, and I don't understand why. I have never made fun at anybody that has had a disability in my life. Sorry, it really bothers me, even after all these years. It just it really bothers me. But anywho, I'm trying to answer this man's question. He wanted to know why I didn't carve traditionally like all the other wood carvers out there. Well, I'm not a traditional carver. I'm a man that does what he wants. That's what art is supposed to be about. You find your love, like Gene Mester said. You find something that you love to do and you stick with it. And that's and my love is apparently the man doesn't follow me like everybody else. If you really know me, my love is tikis, totems, tribal carving. I do that a lot. Getting ready to do a big one for all you folks, but we're at Christmas time, and so I thought I'd just do something whimsical, stuff like that, little one-dimensional carving, and answer this man's questions. So I hope I did. I just want everybody to get out there and believe in yourself. This is what this whole channel is about. Maybe it's just about confidence. I've had so many people thank me, and they've started carving, and they send me their pictures, and gosh, I love that. I truly, truly love that. I do. I've never considered myself a professional. I'm just a man that enjoys what a higher power gave me. May not be able to read and comprehend like most people, but my art is mine. It's just, it's mine. And when something is given to you like this, you can't take it away. But anywho, we'll get off that. I just wanted to answer that question. We're just setting lines, just a simple, and what this tenet is, this is a tenet. He will be put on a board, and he'll stand. That's what the whole thing about a tenet. So I will either cut it round, or I will get my chisels out and I'll cut a square one. It doesn't really matter to me. I did a lot of barn restoration when I was younger, so I made a lot of tenets back then, and scarf joints and rabbets, and box joints, and dovetail. I've cut them with a chisel. Back in the day. Back in the day. Now I'm 62 years old and just trying to enjoy everybody. I want everybody to enjoy what I love to do is wood carving, and I just built a brand new toy for a little boy. The family has gave me so much respect over the years, and so I've designed a whole new toy for their little one. I'll be showing you that next round. I'll show it to you before I ship it. I've got it all apart right now, painting it and all that goody stuff. I love making toys. A little cool here in Tennessee today. Warmed up halfway decent yesterday, but it was just the wind. The wind was just like violent. It was. Well, I hope everybody's going to have a wonderful Christmas. It's coming up. My wife has to work that day, and I think either 5 or 6:30, and that's fine with us because all our kids, I mean, we got one daughter that does live here, but she's got a fiance, and they've got their life, and the rest of our kids, they all live away, and our grandkid lives away from us, and that's all right. People need to be home. If you've got a family, you don't need to be working. So that's why Lara's working, to let other people who have families and children and their grandkids here, let them be off. We got our fur babies, and they're understandable. I don't want anybody to miss their family. I didn't grow up with all that, so I don't understand all that, but I didn't. Oh yeah, we're just setting the coat. Just setting the coat in. There's so much wood here I can play. It's 3/4, so I can round and do this and do that and let it talk to me and mess around and just have a little whittling. Just a one-dimensional carving, because it's not going to be done on the back side. I'm not going to put nothing in. I've done them that way, but And then tomorrow, we're going to do my wife and I, we go to a thing called the Christmas Inn in Sevierville. And we'll have some of our carvings there. It's their Heritage Fest. So, I haven't done it in a while. Actually, it's been 3 years, because I used to do that show on the mountain. I no longer do that show. So they wanted me back. And they wanted me and my wife back, because she's always done it with me. And it's just an absolutely beautiful place. It is. Alrighty. So we're going to do that tomorrow. And I'll take some Christmas. I got a customer coming from Kentucky that's going to meet me there. She's going to pick up one of my snowmen and everything that I do. So she's going to pick that snowman up. It's already, it's already been spoken for. I did make another one that's, I'm not a machine. I just build. It is how it is, like I tell people. But just remember one thing. Get out there and just get you a piece of wood. I don't care if it's a stick. And just start. Just go with it. There's no right, no wrong. And get your kids out there and get them some soap and some butter knives. And I used to take popsicle sticks and make little tools out of it for kids, so they could carve soap. I did that a long time ago. Many moons ago. Yeah. I'm just wanting spring. That's all I'm wanting, folks. Let's lose that corner there. That keeps stabbing me in the hand. I am not a winter person. You'll hear me say that a zillion times. I don't prefer it. Spent too many years working in it. Round over that sleeve. And then see, there's a cuff right here. So let's just kind of give him a little wiggle waggle. A little wiggy waggy. Yeah. Gotta set up for Burger King, because I'll get done with that. I usually set up on Saturdays, but I got, excuse me, folks. I got the whole truck. You know, I'll be having to load it with some 3 or 4 totes, and a lot of my Christmas is very tall, so it stands up in a tote. And then I'm getting ready to ship one of these Santa Clauses with the tree and the deer, and then that's when I'm extremely nervous. I ship it within good faith, and I know how it leaves my house, but you know how shipping can be. So I pray that it got to go all the way to Illinois, so it's a good distance. And there's just, I put insurance on my stuff, and I pray that it gets there, and because it's been paid for. They were in my shop, and they said get it done before Christmas. I said yes, sir, I sure will. And so it's done. So I've got to build the box and all that, and then ship it. I think I'm going to ship it 2-day delivery. I guess they call it prior mail or something like that, where you ship it a lot faster. And they're paying for the shipping. They already told me that don't worry about that. They're super nice people. I've known them for a long time. And then I'd redraw this Santa Claus there, and the lady has bought one. She wanted another one, but she wanted it taller. And I actually like it taller. My first drawing, okay, it was good. But bigger means I can go a little bit more depth here and a little bit more, this and that. So I think I'm going to just stick with the taller ones now next year, because it's going to be one of my staples. Everything. I'm actually working on a place. I'm going to be talking to them about setting up another Christmas show for next year. Just a couple weeks, or I did 25 days on the mountain when I did that, and I really don't want to do that anymore. I'd rather do 6 days a week and have Sunday off. Hey folks, I'm not young like I used to. No, I'm not young like I used to. So 6 days would be fine, and that way Lara, when she was off, she could come and she'll have her jewelry and her wood carvings, and we're makers. So anytime we do a show or anything, we set, and I do the same thing I'm doing here. I'm whittling all day long and everything, showing people the love, showing people that I am a true knife carver, chisel. Shoot, if the rocks can hold an edge on it, I can use it. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. Set this present right here. So yeah, we are looking forward of going tomorrow. Like I said, I used to do that mountain show, and it's just kind of strange this year. But there was a reason why I shut it down, so we won't go into that. Remember, I live my life with respect. That's what my whole channel is about. Respect. There we go. See, we're setting that present. We'll take this beard, and we're going to go into an angle right here. This right here is going to dive in. That's his front of his glove right there. So all this has got to go in to bring all that out, creating some depth and a little bit of dementia here. was going to get Brian, but Brian's quite busy. He's getting all these, the motel he takes care of, they get a lot of the foreign students in for the winter. So he's got to take care of them first, and, you know, and everything. And so for this little video, I didn't want to bother him. He's going to tell me, well, you should have, but that's all right. Now, you can see I've got this dropped in. Now, don't look at this here. This is all too high and everything. You're going to have to blend all this together. Blend. Using that sugar pine again. I was asked the other day, do I carve any other wood? I said, yeah, I've got bass, and, you know, I've got other types of wood. You know, this is right here. I can get it. It's relatively reasonable. You know, I don't have to ship. I don't have to pay shipping. I take my truck and drive and go get it. So that's the blessed part. You know, a little dog leg action here. Just tapering that in. Yeah. See? It's just so simple. Having some fun. That's all this is. That's all wood carving should be. Just fun. Where did my eye go? I know one thing. Told my wife. After this show, we're shutting everything down. We are shutting the shop down. I have got to clean this show. I mean, I worked in here all summer long last year and did just minor cleaning and minor this and minor that. And, well, I've got to shut machinery down. I've got to take them apart and get them all greased and clean all the bearings and all the gears, and it's time. It's time. So, we're going to shut down, and hey, if it's a decent day, I'll do like I did that one day. I'll set machinery outside, what I can, just to get it out of my way, and I will clean the shop. I told her that I will blow all the rafters down before she comes out here, because that'll choke a horse when you do that. There's a lot of dust. I mean, you know, you could have $1 million dust extraction system in a shop and still have dust. You're never going to get away from dust. Nope. Dust is dust. It's all the fine particles. Hope I said that right. See, look, I'm starting to bring the nose up. Very simple. Just a fun little, no eye, no cheek, no mouth Santa Claus. Just fun. Whimsical. A little bit of make-believe. Gotta have some whimsical art. And you know me, I've told you this before, I'm not a big Santa Claus carver. I carved a lot of them when I lived up around Santa Claus, Indiana, because I lived in that area when I was younger. But I always liked the snowman. And I've got some new ones coming up. And living in a tourist town, folks, you got to remember, I got to have knockoffs. I can't spend hours on a carving and expect to sell it, because you're not. So I've got to do whimsical and knockoffs and, you know, this and that, because you're not going to sell it, folks. You're just not. Well, probably need to get off here. I got to run to the store and get me some bananas. I eat bananas every day. I make a power shake every morning, and I'm down to one banana. One banana. And I love my bananas. I like to eat healthy now. Yes, I've cut out a lot of stuff in my life. I don't eat anymore, and found out that it's just an all misconception. You got to retrain your brain. You think you need it, but not really. I tell people the best diet that you could ever have is just retrain your brain. When your brain tells you you're hungry, you're really not. You've been listening to your brain for years. Well, you got to retrain the old dog. Because that's the best way to lose weight. Is just take the left hand and smack the right hand. Take the right hand and smack the left hand, and retrain your brain. That's the best. I'm just as guilty. I have had to do it a few times, but yes. Well, looky there. You can see where the present's coming out, and the nosy's coming out, and it's tilting, and yada yada yada. And I'll be able to round the little hand over and everything, because you'll have like a mitt and stuff. But it's just whimsical. That's all we're doing. I tell you, if there's not music out there at the show, and I can't remember if they play music in the motel, and if there's not, I'll do maybe a small video, at that Christmas Inn. I'm telling you, if you folks are ever in town, in Tennessee, Sevierville, Tennessee, whatever, go to the Christmas Inn. It doesn't matter what month it is. It's year-round Christmas, and it's absolutely beautiful in there. It's worth your time. It doesn't cost you nothing to walk in and just walk around. They're not going to say nothing. Just walk in and check it out. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you. Well, anywho, just wanted to get on here. This ain't really nothing major. I wanted to answer that question as good as I could. My best advice to anybody is don't worry about the hard stuff. Get something simple. Just get you an old pocket knife, an X-Acto knife, shoot anything that's going to cut, and just believe in yourself. I do, and DavePoston@gmail.com is my email. Send me pictures. I love every picture I get, and I will respond to every picture. I will. I am here for you. You can ask me questions. If you're looking for knives, or, if you're coming to Tennessee and you want to, hey, I'm going to be in your area next week. Can I come by? Lord, yes. I welcome you. I've had people all over the place. So, yes, if you're coming here, come and see me. I really, really enjoy that. Trust me, I do. Well, anywho, I'm just going to be getting off here. Thanks to everybody that's been liking and sharing my videos and subscribing and watching the videos and everything and all that and everything. And shout out to every one of my friends who call me, text me, have been to my shop. Just know this. You're appreciated and loved. 100% to everyone. And I just want I'm going to tell you now, I want everybody to have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. Stay safe and warm and all that. Enjoy your families. Enjoy everything. Just enjoy it. Alrighty then. Well, Whittler Dave is just going to be getting off here. Like I said, appreciate and love everyone. And the Whittler Dave will just talk to you later. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.